You want to have some fun. I mean, this is for fun.
Are you sure it's going to be fun?
I can't guarantee fun. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting when I look at it. It's not as interesting as my science. I go inside science sometimes.
If you think it's fun.
It looks fun to me. Here's what it'll be. Here's the game. I'll give you a generation, all right, and I'll give you their age, and you tell me the favorite vehicle they buy, okay? You know what I'm saying? So I might say to you,
of all time, or at that
right now, like Generation X, what's their favorite vehicle, right, to buy right now? If you're selling cars to Generation X, here's what they're going to buy.
Can you define the terms? I don't know what Generation X
Yes, I can.
means.
I have the ages. Do you want to go from youngest to oldest or oldest to youngest?
Surprises.
Let's go oldest to youngest. Okay. All right. These are pre-boomers, 75 years old and above. All right. These are pre-baby boom.
Buick.
Okay. Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. I was going to say Cadillac. They need something big and sturdy to crash into the drugstore.
That's number two.
You think I've never ridden in a Cadillac before?
And if it's a Buick, it's probably a LeSabre.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is not as challenging or fun as I thought it was going to be.
They took Oldsmobiles off the market.
Yeah, olds are gone. They would have. The Cutlass would have been in there.
That's right. I saw a couple of weeks ago, a guy was doing a podcast in a coffee shop, and some old guy ran into the coffee shop. It reminded me of Biggie on every end. Do we have that one? I think we have.
I'll find it.
We actually have that audio.
A car drove into a podcast.
They were at a coffee shop.
They were at the coffee shop. Did you see it?
Recording
Dave?
their podcast.
Yeah, I thought it was fake for a minute. And I didn't know what the hell it was going. And it was just here it
Can
comes.
you do that? Can you just sit in a coffee shop and record a podcast?
They had permission, I guess.
I don't know that it was a Starbucks. It might have been a local.
It was
one.
a small
I don't even know where it
coffee
was.
shop, and they go inside and do it. We actually have, or we did have it. It's probably one I told Biggie to get rid of.
And their back was to the window, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so they were
That's right.
blindsided.
That's right. And
You see it coming.
Yeah, you see it, and then but they didn't.
No, they didn't.
And so, it's like they were in trouble there. But anyhow, God, you guys are all over this. They also like the Chevy Equinox is a big this is for 75 years old.
It's a little SUV, small to
right.
medium size.
Is that what that
SUV.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
You
even
want to see a lot of people driving, older folks driving on my old People Grocery Day?
What?
Priuses.
Yes.
And Subarus.
Yes.
They're everywhere. They're easy to get into. And they have a little more like cargo space than you would think.
Yesterday, my son and I went to the gym together. I didn't go early. I went later. And we were driving, and there was I was driving him, and there was a Prius next to us. And he goes, weak car. Pound this rock.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not going to pound that rock.
It's a sensible vehicle.
I said, it's a sensible vehicle. It's totally weak. It's a weak car. Pound. Come on, pound.
I was literally behind a Prius the other day, a week ago, and it said, hey, cool Prius. And underneath it said no one ever.
And it was on the
a
Prius?
Prius.
That's pretty funny.
They were it was very meta.
I like it.
My son said, weak, total weakness. He goes, and then he said to me, why don't you just go ahead and break down and cop a Tesla? And I said, I'm not going to cop a Tesla. I like the vehicles we have. He's like, weak. You probably buy a Prius. Weak, what? And I was like, all right.
You got to come back at him. Say, I'll buy a Prius when you can park without hitting something.
Correct. That's right.
That's a challenge.
The other day, I was on the phone with him, and I said, he goes, and he's always, anytime I call, he's like, oh, what? And I said, I'm stopping at Chicken and Pickles to pick up something. Do you want anything? Bet. That's what he always does. What, bet?
I like that his reaction to my reaction are the same when your name pops up on her phone, though.
Oh, God.
What?
Let
me ask you something bigger.
Something else he
Where's
said.
that podcast audio the guy's getting crashed into?
We have it. Biggie has it. This is the podcast is going on.
It got so quiet in here. How did I... I think we're fine. I think we got all the audio on there. Yeah, we're chilling. Everyone's
We're chill.
We're chill. We're
Oh
chill.
my God.
We're chill, but the whole...
terrifying.
It is terrifying.
Yeah.
But everybody was okay. Nobody got hurt. And
What about the driver?
Yeah, what about
chill,
the
we're
person in
chill.
the car? I didn't see anything about that.
okay, but shaken up.
Blackout? Old?
Older driver. You know, that's what we're sitting here talking about.
Yeah.
I think my son says is
Imagine telling him what he just hit, too. He'd never understand
a
that.
podcast.
You hit these guys that are recording a podcast. A what? It's like a radio. I hit a radio show. No, it's like a
They
radio.
recorded in the coffee.
Oh, yeah.
What? Yeah, my son also.
Paul Harvey's in there?
I know.
No, it's not Paul Harvey.
When I say to him, "Do you want anything to eat?" He'll say, "You know the rules." Like, you know the answer already. And it'll be like, "What's your order?" "You know the rules." Sandwich, fry, drink. "You know the rules."
Oh, he got a style all his own.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
He'll come around in college.
Boomers.
To what?
Well, I was hoping adulthood, but
We'll see.
who knows?
Baby boomers, 65 to 74 years old. What's the favorite car being bought by baby boomers right now?
Well, I'm looking at one.
No, he's not. Well, that's.
I'm going to stick with Subaru
You're going. That is on the list. That's top 5. Subaru.
because my mom is in that, and she
likes
will
her
never
Subaru?
buy anything else but a Subaru now.
It is the Toyota RAV4.
A small SUV.
Smaller SUV.
Yep.
For the.
They're easy to get into.
That's right.
And a lot of cargo space.
That's right. Yeah.
And sensible on gas mileage.
Fact.
When I drive around a parking lot for somewhere, like, especially if it's like a fast food joint or something, I mean, 80 to 90% of the cars parked are SUVs now.
Oh, I know
Without a
that.
doubt.
No
I mean, there's
question.
hardly
Without a doubt. I
Any
know.
vehicles that are, unless
It's
you
true.
count like a Tesla,
It's true.
that are smaller, lower to the ground.
It'd be interesting to. I probably can't because of the laws, but just to drive through like a high school parking lot, see what high school kids are driving. Oh, we're going to get to them,
It's
right?
trucks and SUVs, and yes, we are going to get it. Trucks and SUVs. Young boomers, 55 to 64.
But it's an SUV, right?
I was going to say, yeah.
No. Ford F-150 pickup.
Pickup.
Ford F-Series
Really?
pickup trucks, yes. Top cars in this age group, followed by the Chevrolet Silverado. So they're very into
That's a truck.
Both those are
pickup
trucks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Generation X, 45 to 54.
Yeah.
That's you and me, Dave. Generation X.
I would say it's some sort of a foreign SUV.
Is it midlife crisis time?
I'm going to go pickup truck again.
It is. It's the Chevy Silverado.
Yeah.
Pickup
Is it
truck.
really?
Yes, that's right. Followed by the Ford F-Series.
Isn't that something?
So pickup trucks are dominating here.
Wow.
Folks
Yeah.
are
The middle-agers.
middle-agers.
Yeah, people have to have it's better when you film yourself in a truck telling the world how it really is for your social media.
Right.
You got to have a truck.
There
to
you
do
go.
it. Yeah.
Older millennials, 35 to 44. 35. These are older millennials, 35 to 44.
Jeep.
544. Jeep?
That's a good guess. It is not in the top 5, though. I'll tell you what.
It's trucks.
Chevrolet Silverado, followed by Ford F-Series pickup truck.
Yeah.
And then third is the Tesla. So that's when I guess people
Yeah.
can afford a Tesla, and you get up to that area.
They do have an
people-
entry-level one.
35 to
quote-unquote,
44,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, and people want to have it still, it still needs to have a little bit of a status symbol
Mm-hmm.
at that age. But I think, a couple years ago we talked about how more car manufacturers were dumping up what seemed like everything but trucks. And now we see why. It's because it's what people want.
Trucks and SUVs.
Yes.
That's exactly. Look at this list. I mean, it's all these are all trucks and SUVs.
Well, you've got the big cab on those pickup trucks now, so they're 4 doors, so you can get 6 people in them.
Right. Younger millennials, 25 to 34. Younger millennials.
That's B.B. Shea's age
That's right.
group.
What's he driving?
SUV.
Small SUV.
Okay. That's what
Kia?
it is. Toyota RAV4.
the RAV4.
RAV4.
Yeah, okay.
So the 65 to 74-year-old and the 25 to 34-year-old are driving the same thing.
It's a bad look.
Toyota RAV4. For a young person, you think?
Don't you think?
Small
If they
SUV.
knew that,
Well, Biggie drives a small. Little
Yeah, no, I think it's fine.
it's amazing.
Bet. I like it. It's just fine. Toyota RAV4 is the young millennial car
What's
of choice.
the Honda version of that? The CRV?
Is that right?
That's their
Probably,
they're
yeah.
smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the RAV4 I think people think of as smaller, but it through the years has changed. It's
It
a
has gotten
decent
bigger.
size.
Mhm.
Yeah, SUV.
Now, the lowest they go is Generation Z. That's 18 to 24. So this is, I guess, would include your high school seniors.
Oh, wow.
18
yeah.
to 24. I mean, just driving. You
It's
know.
back to the truck, yeah.
No. Small. Only one that's not a truck or an SUV. Toyota Camry.
The
I get-
Camry.
Probably a used Camry. With
It's
First car,
First
probably.
Safe car.
Safe first car, good on gas, used Camry.
Reliable.
They also like the RAV4, Toyota Corolla, Honda Civic, and then a Chevy Silverado. But when I go to high school parking lots, like you were saying, if you pass one, there's a lot of SUVs and trucks in
The
there.
boys drive trucks
The
mostly, right?
guys love pickup trucks. They just do, you know. I'm more of a Prius guy. I'm more of a.
You see yourself in a Prius
Oh, I don't know.
when the
You're-
when the antique gives up the ghost?
I don't know. Something electric, maybe. You know. I'm not sure.
You'll break down.
Not sure what it'll be.
You'll putter out of gas.
We don't know. We don't know.
In the
what-
sand hills trying to go get your boy.
I don't know.
You
What it's
are
gonna be.
in Nightdale.
You know what I see you
Hello?
being?
Can I use your electricity?
It's possible.
No, you know what I see you being?
Yeah.
You're going to be like people are getting caught unplugging Teslas and stuff.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be one of those old men who does that.
An unplugger?
Yeah, because they don't understand that the Tesla actually has cameras everywhere.
All right.
So you're catching these old people like, daggone stupid car. Gas put us through this country.
Myrtle Beach Doug, you're talking about vehicles now, and we just had all the generations, what they drive. Go ahead.
Hey guys, I work for a certain auto parts store. Ow! And I see, of course, a lot of people coming in with all the different cars. Well, a lot of the younger generation, let's say 20s-ish, early, mid, they're buying Beamers, which are surprisingly relatively cheap for a Beamer. But the problem is then they don't have buyer's remorse because they paid a low price for it. Now you get maintainer's remorse. And let me tell you something, buddy, BMW car parts are not cheap.
That's what I've always heard.
I've always heard that.
BMWs, and I used to hear Volvos are hard to get and not cheap. Exactly. I bet they do have maintenance remorse. That's right.